In Hungary, supporters of the main opposition Tisza party are holding a rally in Budapest to mark the country's Independence Day. The centre-right party's leader, Péter Magyar, is expected to be Prime Minister Viktor Orban's main rival in next year's elections, presenting the most serious challenge yet to his 13-year rule. Earlier, the right-wing populist Orban also held a rally where he accused the EU of trying to control Hungary and said that Ukraine should not be granted membership. Orban also vowed to conduct a spring clean of the media, judicial system and NGOs, referring to the people in them as bugs. Joining us now from Budapest is our senior international correspondent, Fanny Facsar. Fanny, you're at the site of the Hungarian opposition rally, which is just finished. What did the opposition leader Péter Magyar have to say?
It was quite interesting to listen to Péter Magyar after we listened to the speech of Prime Minister Viktor Orban earlier today, because Magyar was rather focused on domestic issues versus Orban speaking a lot about Brussels and about external forces who allegedly threaten the freedom, the independence of Hungary. What we've heard him say was a lot about how to restore basically what he feels is at risk, the democratic path of Hungary. He spoke about reforming healthcare, about wanting to bring an end to corruption. And all of what he said actually echoes very much to what people had to tell us before the rally. Because one woman, for example, told us, look, I don't even know what to tell you, what I want to be changed in this country, because so many things have hit rock bottom that I don't know where to start. But a lot of people actually say and keep on repeating the very same, we just want to have a better life. Make sure that this inflation that currently Hungary is experiencing for quite some time now, especially since the full-scale invasion of Russia in Ukraine, so since 2022, that inflation is something that unfortunately the Hungarian government so far didn't really find the recipe to tackle. And Viktor Orban is actually blaming that inflation on the ongoing sanctions in Europe imposed on Russia. So a lot of domestic issues here that came to the forefront. And as Péter Magyar, one has to know and remember, who's been part of the Fidesz party just a bit over than a year, is also someone who very often, and also in this speech, makes very clear what he really wants to end, and that is what he calls the luxury lifestyle of the government, while others, he say, are freezing, can't even afford very basic things like heating.
Now, Hungary's Prime Minister Viktor Orban, as you said, speaks every year on March 15th, the Hungarian national holiday. He has recently seen his poll numbers drop. So was his speech different this year in that respect?
What is different that it is happening 1 year, exactly 1 year before national elections are supposed to take place here in Hungary in 2026. So both, in fact, the speech of Péter Magyar, but also the speech of the Prime Minister, Mr. Orban, really felt more like a message, or to set the stage for the center message ahead of the election in 2026, to basically start campaigning already. And of course, what is also different, if you simply look at the polls and looking at the fact that Orban has been in office now since 2010, more than a decade, it's in fact the very first time that an opposition party is taking on the lead in most polls over Fidesz. So this is something that didn't happen before in this time. And of course, people wonder if that's going to be enough, as there's still 12 months to go to the election. In fact, will Péter Magyar not only cross the finish line, but how? Like, is this opposition party really going to be able to form the next government? There's a lot to happen until then, so one should not even try or want to speculate about that.
Fanny Facsar, that reported from Budapest. Thank you, Fanny.